Hi everybody, this is a kind of introduction and a little bit of a tutorial for Blue Sky. I'm hoping that more people join because that'll make it a more enjoyable experience for everybody. So I'm going to start off by telling you the features of Blue Sky that make it a lot better than for sure Facebook, for sure Twitter slash X and Instagram and all of those. The first thing is that the Blue Sky is not run by oligarchs like Zuckerberg. It is not part of Meta. It is run by a woman CEO who has promised to keep it ad-free, and also that that AI is not being used to control the algorithms. You are actually in control of, they're calling it algorithm choice. So you can curate your feeds, and I think that's a really positive development in social media. So let me show you my page. This is my profile page here. You can see this is my handle. And I've also included my real name. You don't have to do that, but I suggest that you put a name there just so that people can find you. So these are all my posts, you can see. But then, as I was saying before, you can curate your experience, which is really one of the best things about Blue Sky. So let me show you first what starter packs are. So I've personally created a few of these, and what essentially they are is it's just like it's a starter pack for people to follow on social media, especially when you're just getting started and you don't know who to follow. So I've done a bunch of these. I've had off for Chinese New Year, so I've had the time. So let me show you my original starter pack. This one is, there's no theme to this. It's just people that I think are interesting to follow. And if you were to click on this, so the share, so when you see a starter pack, it kind of looks like this. You would click on it, and then it would give you the option to follow all, or you can just select the ones that you want to follow. So that's my original starter pack. I've got one for climate. I really like this one. So you can see I've got inside climate news. I've got some climate scientists and journalists, all sorts of things. The war on cars, Center for International Environmental Law. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. The Grantham Institute, and this. I think this is probably my favorite starter pack that I've made. Social justice, another good one, I think. So we've got Doctors Without Borders, ACLU, UNICEF. I tried not to get too esoteric here. Most of these are ones you've probably heard of or peripherally heard of. So those are starter packs. It's just an easy way to start to follow people. Now, the next thing is lists. Okay, so lists are essentially what become feeds, which means that instead of what you have on Facebook or Instagram, where you're scrolling through and it's just a jumble of weird juxtapositions, and you might have an article about some horrific thing that happened in Gaza, and that's going to be next to a cat meme or something. And I personally have a hard time with that because I think it's cognitively unhealthy and that it desensitizes us. I mean, there's a whole lot we could talk about with that, but I think that the scrolling experience on Blue Sky is much more healthy and easier to parse information. So you can find these lists, you can find these feeds. So again, lists are the ones you make, they become feeds. These are all the ones I've made. So just like with the starter pack, I've made a climate one. So if I only want to look at news and interesting things about climate, I will go here to this feed. And you can also see them on the right. So I've put my top ones, the ones that I made, up here. I made one called Laurel's Peeps. Kind of stupid, but these are people that I personally know so that I can just look at what they've posted. Then I have a curated news list. So You can see here I've got Bloomberg, New York Times, Conversation, the Associated Press, Axios, NBC News, Bloomberg. And there are some other ones that are a little more indie in there, but they just don't post as often. But I've got El País, so a little bit of foreign news. Okay, and I've got a social justice feed, which I really like. Climate, left-looking politicians, pundits, etc. I've got a vegan one, so this is like vegan news and recipes, satire and comedy, so a lot of this is political silliness. We've got McSweeney's and The Onion and some political cartoonists. So those are ones I've made. There are also ones that I've followed that other people have made, like if I just want to see cat pics, I love this. I could just see cat pics. I mean, who doesn't want to scroll around and look at cat pics for a while? There's another interesting one called Ukrainian View. This one is, giving us, it's focused completely on the situation in Ukraine, and people are posting from there, etc. So there are many of those that you can follow. If you want to create one, I'll show you how to create one. So let's say I want to create one about pizza. All about pizza. I'm going to erase this, by the way, because I don't want it. But so here is my all about pizza. And let's say I want to start adding people to it. So I can start adding people. Let's look for people, pizza-based. Oh, Pizza Bot, sure. We can add them. Pan Pizza, Tour de Pizza, whatever. So done. Now I've made my list. And now I can pin it to my home, which is going to appear on the right. And you'll see here it is. So now I have, this is kind of dumb. I didn't really spend any time thinking about it, but here's my pizza feed. Okay, so that's how that works. And then the last thing I want to show you is regarding notifications. So you can see here are some people who have followed me. I'm actually going to refresh this. And then one thing that kind of confused me for a minute was if you click on something that you wrote that people responded to or liked, and you're thinking, well, where did I post this? It's not intuitive, but you just need to scroll up and it's right there. All right. So in any case, and if you hit the home button, it will go back to the feed that you had it on before, but maybe I want to go back to my social justice feed. So in other words, there are no ads. AI is not running the show. Algorithms are not running the show. They are very careful about bots. They are very careful about artists' work being protected against being, if you're on Instagram or Facebook or any of those, AI is kind of being trained on your content. But here, your data it all belongs to you, and it's not being used by AI. So anyway, there are many reasons why I think that this is the best place to be doing social media right now. It's the most ethical. It's, not controlled by those billionaires that are trying to take over the world. So anyway, the only criticism I have of it is that not enough people I know are on it. So that is why I am trying to spam everybody with blue sky stuff. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I really hope you join. I think you'll be glad you did. Okay, bye.